Hello guys, welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. Alright guys, so I want to talk about Spectrum, what's been going on with Spectrum and Disney. For those of you that are not aware of the situation, Spectrum and Disney have been having a little bit of a battle over the last couple of weeks regarding the service. So obviously there was a disagreement with the terms and conditions or whatnot and the deals that were being made, so Spectrum was not happy about that. As a result of that, many of their customers, Spectrum customers, were left without ESPN and Disney services, and a lot of them were not happy, and it was in the millions. The customers were in the millions that were left in the dark without that service, so they were not happy about that at all. Some nasty words were actually exchanged between Spectrum and Disney, and Spectrum ultimately said in many ways that it's getting tired of this whole entire cable game. At this point, they basically said that if things don't change, that they're willing to give it all up, put their hands up and walk away from the cable business and just focus on internet and other services. So obviously there was a deal that was made between Spectrum and Disney. It's a fair deal, but it's gonna be different. It's gonna basically be where you'll get most of your Disney channels back for those of you that are Spectrum cable customers, but you're going to be losing about 8 of them. So Disney Junior, Disney XD, Freeform, FXX, and a few others will be permanently removed from Spectrum Cable TV. So, for those of you that, maybe watch Disney XD, or Freeform is another big channel that many watch, FXX is also very big for certain types of shows that people are interested in. Those will be removed, so you will have to look elsewhere for those services. You'll have to look elsewhere for those services being added automatically. You can add on packages to get those back, so that means you have to pay more now. So let me be clear on that. Now, there are other services out there, streaming services, that will offer those programs, those channels, included in whatever package you get. So that's the whole thing here, right? There's a big change, and that's part of the deal between Spectrum and Disney. So I guess the question is, though, is being that Spectrum has pretty much said that they're kind of getting tired of this whole thing, but yet they did work out an agreement with Disney, and ultimately I think that's because at this point they're not really sure what they want to do. I guess they want to hold on to their dream for as long as they can, right? So, about a week ago or so, I did a video here regarding a brief update, actually just before the deal was made between Spectrum and Disney to launch this new plan, this new proposed service that they're going to be doing together. And basically, Spectrum had declared Fubo as their preferred streaming partner. They recommended that many that are looking for Disney channels and ESPN channels should use Fubo. And as a result of that, there would be a discount, a heavy discount for those that signed up to Fubo, part of the relationship between Fubo and Spectrum. So the question here is, being that there's already some kind of relationship between Spectrum and Fubo, should they partner up? Like, should they partner up in a way where they combine? So should Spectrum buy Fubo and ultimately take it over, utilize it, put it into their cable platform, get all those channels, get access to all that live TV, and basically up the game? Spectrum is facing a lot of competition from cord cutters like YouTube TV, Hulu Plus. The list goes on, and it's getting more and more tough every day for companies like Spectrum to survive. And that's the problem here, it's people are cutting the cord and Spectrum is losing big time. So there's not really many options for companies, I'm not going to say small, for companies like Spectrum that are huge, but they're facing a lot of challenges from these streaming services that are offering specific programs, specific prices, and people are just going for it. You know, they're choosing the channels that they want, weeding out the channels that they don't want, and they're paying less as a result of it. I've talked about that, you know, many times now. So I guess the question is, if Spectrum was able to buy Fubo, they worked it out, the deal was made, do you guys think it would benefit Spectrum? Do you think that it would, you know, allow them to still continue to play in the game? Or do you think that regardless of whether they did that or not, their days are numbered? So that's my question for you guys. You know, like I said, it's a competitive world. And, you know, this deal between Spectrum and Disney, it basically it's kind of like a Band-Aid for now. It resolves the issue. You know, Spectrum customers that are locked into a contract or whatnot will get some of their channels back. But ultimately, when the deal is done, they may walk away. And then again, in a year from now or whatever it is, I'm sure the battle between Spectrum and Disney will once again continue because, you know, Disney knows their value. Disney knows what they want. And Spectrum simply is saying, we just can't afford it. What do you do when they're not making enough profit, right? So therefore, that's why Spectrum says, maybe we should be done with the whole deal. So I don't know if buying Fubo will help. I mean, it might temporarily, but either way, it's becoming a cost-cutting measure for them. And there's only so much cutting Spectrum can do before they cut themselves out of business, pretty much. All right, guys. As always, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.